remember that we are of the earth. And because of this, it is so important to continuously strive for balance as we grow and learn and expand on our spiritual path. I just want to speak from the heart on the subject. So, thank you so much for being here and for taking the time to watch this video. My name is Christine from Kyanite Psychic Services, and I love to help creative and sensitive souls build greater confidence and trust in their spiritual gifts. And you can find out more about me and my work at kyanitepsychic.com. So, this just has been coming up a lot for me in my own path and practice, and also in the clients and students that I work with. We are a spirit and a body, right? And our spirit, if you want to get technical, it's a facet, a part of our higher self that is in this body, in your body and mine, right? In this lifetime. And yes, our higher self, our spirit is essentially limitless, timeless, not necessarily bound to only the earth plane, but we're in a body, and our body is of the earth and tied to the earth plane. And it's really important to just come back to that periodically while you're on your path and you're seeking to grow and learn and expand, right, spiritually and heal. I say this because, sometimes, and I've certainly been guilty of this, and it's also not something to feel guilt over, it's just learning experience, but sometimes we think that enlightenment or the wisdom that we're seeking, the healing breakthrough, is going to be found out there on the astral, in other dimensions, bringing in beings and their information from other planes and dimensions, right? We think that it's outside of the earth plane. That's where we're going to have that breakthrough. We're going to get that life changing knowledge and wisdom. That's not to say that there is not great wisdom to be found in those places. Sure, there absolutely is. But we came here, that facet of our higher self came here in a body to learn, grow, and have experiences in earth school, like on the earth plane. So sometimes we can lose sight of that and think, okay, the thing that's really gonna shift, change everything for me, it's found out there, right? In some other plane, some other place in space. But most often we can find it here and in our connection to the earth. And as we go deeper and deeper into our body's wisdom. So it's important to, I guess, kind of check yourself on your journey. Am I spending time grounding myself, connecting to the earth, listening to my body in conjunction with, any journey work that you feel guided to do, in conjunction with connecting, to your guides and other high vibrational beings, in conjunction with, exploring the Akashic? Am I also grounding myself? Am I also looking at the physical world around me? Am I also paying attention to the mundane experiences that I'm having? Because it's more than just the mundane. They can be some of our biggest teachers, right? And I say this, as someone who has always been an intrepid explorer, like, has always been journeying out on the astral since I was a young child, right? I was always an epic daydreamer. When we daydream, we're traveling the astral when we do that. You know, I love having experiences out of body, you could say. But I know when I pause and reflect from time to time, some of my biggest breakthroughs and shifts have come through mundane experiences and have come through cultivating a deep connection with the earth and the earth's energy. Sometimes it's the simple practices that are the most powerful. Sometimes it's the basics that can bring about the most profound shifts. And it's also important to remember that we can get caught up in this desire to know, to know, to know, to learn more. That's a great thing. But if our goal is to be advanced, right? Again, that's not necessarily bad, but we can lose sight of the power and efficacy of the basics, the simple tools like grounding yourself, like focusing on your breath, saying hello to your body, really noticing what's going on in your physical body. There's so much wisdom there. And, just personally to share, I'm someone who spent probably, if I'm honest, over half of my life thus far hating on my body, not paying attention to my body, not taking care of my body. And the biggest healings for me have been, when I actually stop to listen to it and dig into the wisdom found there. And I know that it's going to be a lifelong journey for me, and maybe you too, going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into my body's wisdom. And I've woken up to that, I think, through the process of grounding myself, over years of connecting in with the earth. So just some food for thought that really, comes from my heart to your heart. And it's all about finding your unique balance on your path of spiritual growth and expansion. One last thing that I want to say is that balance is never just 50-50, right? For all of us. Um, it's ever shifting, right? The ratio will shift over time. Maybe you will find that you go through periods of time where you're really learning a lot through, journeying onto the astral. But it's still important to take at least some time to ground yourself, and vice versa. Maybe there are periods of time where you're really digging into your emotions and you're connecting with the earth, right? You're spending a lot of time in nature, you know, in this 3D world, and less time on the astral. Balance is never one set thing, it's never rigid, but it is important to be considering both and really looking honestly at how you're developing and how you're spending your time and your energy and what you're bringing your attention to, right? So, again, just remember that we are also of the earth, and yes, we might carry within us some wisdom from other planes, other lifetimes where we've lived elsewhere, right? Some of that information might be in our field, but primarily we're here to learn, grow, and have experiences on the earth plane. And one last beautiful thing that I want to add, really about grounding, something that I just love, is that all of us have a unique agreement with the earth, right? We can have soul agreements with other people, right? And even places. And ultimately, each one of us has a soul agreement, a unique one with planet Earth and the Earth's energy. And while all of our agreements might look different, right, if you were to look at it psychically, they all have one common denominator. For all of us, the Earth heals us. It's a really beautiful display of unconditional love, right? No matter how we might be trashing the earth, which is absolutely happening right now, the earth is always here to heal us. And through things like grounding or even just being out in nature, the earth can take our excess energy, any stagnant energy that we don't need, other people's energy. So, as empaths, if you're an empath, this is important. And it can take that energy and transmute it into something that is more beneficial for the collective, right? All of us humans, all living beings, and the earth itself. So just remember that we all have that agreement that really vibrates that unconditional love and care and support. And it's it's so beneficial to, take advantage of that as a human on planet Earth in Earth School. So I hope that this resonates with you. It was again on my heart to share. If you are wanting to really lean into simple, fundamental tools that you can use throughout your life and in your practice, like grounding, I am offering a 4-day event, series of 4 workshops called Aware and Empowered. And I'll put a link to that above and then below. And we'll just be covering simple fundamental tools that you can use every day. You can get creative with them and customize them to whatever your experience is, whatever your goals are, whatever you're working through right now. So thank you so much for sharing space with me today, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video.